Hello, I am Anawoltos and welcome once again to another episode of the Stronghold Crusader AI Tournament. And guess what? We are finally moving into the semifinals. So let's get our map up, the versus map improved. Put me right in the center. And the contenders for this first round of semifinals is Emperor Frederick himself against the Emir. So today, I think this is going to be very interesting. They both take their time and they both build their economy up, but once they've gotten up, they are some heavy hitters. So let's see how things go. Okay, so the archers do not end up on the tower, which means that they may die a little bit faster this time. Let's see, straight out of the gate, Emperor Frederick is considered the superior soldier here, who actually starts with more troops to begin with, which is interesting. Sorry, I need to clear my throat a little bit. And 1800, he's not spending it, and the reason he's not spending it is, oh, wait, now he's spent it. Now he's built a marketplace and he's spent all his money right off, getting some religion up. Early religion allows for some good happiness, allows for high taxes, if possible. Selling excess food, selling excess wood. Building a tower. You can see a layout for the towers already here. The Emir, no towers yet, but it's definitely building up that economy. In fact, the Emir is up overall right now. Of course, he's going to attack me before he attacks Emperor Frederick, which again is the reason why I do not kill myself with lions at the start. It's to give both the AIs a chance to build up. In addition to that, it still allows AIs that normally are very proactive and attack early on to gain an advantage because they'll be able to gain the money from taking me out. So, there you go. Yeah, the classic little tiny fortress in front of the main castle. It's going to be a target for siege engines, that's for sure. We may see a tiny bit of a moat as well. But we are definitely seeing at least one more layers of walls that are going to come up. Early wood is still used by both sides. Doesn't look like I've entered into any major engagements with anyone. The Emir is still building up his economy. He's got all 4 lookout towers up. The Emperor has walled in his castle. That is notable because it prevents any quick raids by fast units coming in. The Emperor also has sent out some swordsmen to deal, perhaps with my troops right here. Well, that may not necessarily be true. They may be heading to garrison. Wait, no, they are heading for me, that's for sure. The Emir hasn't really moved into that kind of action yet. And there they go. Up the hill. Killing off my spearmen. Heading straight for my archers. And my archers are down. and I presume that all 4 of them will be coming for me. It might not be enough. Yeah, that's right, it really is not enough. Gets me to about half, but they'll need a proper attack if they want to finish me off. Right now, Emperor Frederick is on top, according to the Order of Merit, despite being down on both money and troops. The Emir is filling out his inner keep. His inner sanctum. The Emperor still has a lot more left to build by the looks of it. Of course, the Emir also builds a significant number of buildings outside of his walls.
People are
that is
the
notable.
castle.
Bringing in some cattle to the slaughter. One quarry by the Emir. 4 by the Emperor. Looks like he's looking to get some stone fast. Got 4 towers up, but the big ones... Oh wait, there comes one. One of the big ones just went up. Now, it is important to note that Emperor Frederick is very slow to send new troops onto the walls, which means that he is highly susceptible to an attack by horse archers. Because it will be relatively easy, especially early in the game, to clear out his walls from crossbowmen. But of course he does build up later on. So he's finishing up his crenellations. And beginning to put some siege engines into play. The Emir hasn't done so yet. Still has 1 tower left to go, and his keep is still open. But the Emperor doesn't use that many fast troops, so it's not that big a deal. And it looks like the castle is, for the most part, complete. We've already got some knights on the go. But they're not really going to begin doing anything significant quite yet. And I believe this is the point in the game when the Emperor may begin selling stone, because he has used all that he needs. Yes, that is correct. And with 4 quarries on the go, that's a lot of stone he's getting in, and that's a lot of stone he's selling. The Emir is filling out his castle. Let's take a look at the troop count. Troop counts.
We are under attack.
34 for the Emperor, 58 for the Emir, 59 for the Emir. The Emir is probably going to attack first, judging by the troop count. The Emperor is always a bit slow to attack, but once he really gets going, he gets going. Already has a catapult. And he's preparing a trebuchet. The Emir seems to be doing alright. Let's take a look. Not a lot of money. The buildings seem to be active. Same thing with the Emperor. They're both doing well economically, if I do say so myself. Emir has upped his game to 4 quarries as well now. And he is collecting iron. The Emperor has sent a knight, but of course this knight isn't really able to do anything here.
You are the 3rd greatest lord.
The Emir is beginning to send out some swordsmen to guard his woodcutters. Or his farms. Yeah, his farms by the looks of it. And eventually, they may begin to interact with some of the Emperor's
People are leaving
troops.
the castle. People are coming to the castle.
They're moving across. Will they encounter the knight? Archers on the move. Taking some damage, but still looking pretty good. Unless they decide to attack me directly, I don't see any way that they're going to take me down anytime soon. Looks like Emperor Frederick is trying to take control of this region here. He's got some catapults on the move, but they're not going to be very effective since I haven't really built anything for them to destroy. The Emir is sending out some Arabian horses, horse archers. They're attacking the knights. And he's sending engineers, but they're all the way over here, which is very close. Could this be he's skipping over me to attack the Emperor right away? Is this really happening? The Emperor has collected some wealth. The Emir is low, but the Emir does have more troops. However, I think that difference is definitely made up by the fact that, of course, the Emir isn't going to be sending all of his troops to attack. But this seems awfully close. Yes, I think it's actually happening. It's actually happening. What in the world? Oh wait. And they coincidentally killed me as well. 2 birds with 1 stone. I never saw that before. Nobody has ever done that. Nobody has ever done that in the history of Stronghold Crusader AI-only tournaments. But now the game is on. The game is afoot. The worm has turned. The action is beginning. But it's not going to be easy for the Emir. Since the Emir, now that I think about it, doesn't really have that many troops that can dig moats. So by attrition, I think the Emperor may just win, because if the Emir can't attack him... Well, no, the Emir has some troops. Let's see. He's got archers. They can dig moats. They'll dig the moats. But it would have been even cooler if somehow he would have succeeded in taking down the Emperor as well. That would have been, I don't know, top game of the century of all gaming. From an AI there. Something's being built. Ooh, another catapult. And they're coming from the other direction as well. And a ballista, that's definitely going to deal some heavy damage, if you ask me. And look at that, the Emperor is shooting already to the middle of the map with, just from the outside of his castle, dealing some damage to some of the Emir's buildings, maybe. Is he? He's not hitting it. It's getting pretty close though. If he's hit there, he may be able to hit it eventually. So I think it's a distinct possibility here. The archers are having a little duel. The Emperor has more numbers, but the Emir has fear factor, which is something to note here. When playing, I used to do full good things fear factor just to the max, but eventually I decided, you know what, just do normal. I don't know what the actual mathematical trade-offs are. I know what the trade-offs are. I don't know what the mathematical trade-offs are. If someone could do the math for me, maybe they'd change my mind. Maybe there's an ideal level of fear factor to be at. And here comes another knight. He's heading straight forward, and look at that, taken down quite fast too. Full health here, all the way down here, he's dead. And the catapult is firing already onto the walls, but not the walls you need to be shooting, if you ask me. There are still some areas where the walls are connected. Once those are gone, it's going to be very difficult for the Emir to attack. Because of course he's not going to target the gatehouse, since that's way over here. He's going to target this gatehouse though. Which doesn't really matter that much. And because the Emperor's gatehouse is on the far side of his castle, it's going to remain open even if he's being attacked right here. I think we're going to see some trebuchets down here. The moat isn't quite completed yet, but once it is, I'd be interested to see what the Emir does on his next attack. But it looks like the Emperor might be moving in for his. Is he going to just send his archers to do it? Because I can't really see of any other way that he has the right units to deal with the moat. Knights coming forth, going to and fro, getting shot. And they're down. The Emir certainly has a powerful defense. And, the Emir is still attacking, actually, by the looks of it. Oh, wait, no, that's the Emperor, sorry. I got confused for a moment. I was thinking, why are there archers there? No, it's not the Emir, it's the Emperor. For some reason, I forgot what colors they were. I don't know how I could forget after all these episodes. And here they go, moving up. Emir sends some troops to raid the Emperor's outskirts, probably his quarry. That's a very common target. The Emperor sends in his swordsman. Emir doesn't have any... Well, he does have some fire, but he doesn't have it in the places that he needs to in order to really deal the damage that he needs to take down the enemy forces. So I think this might be a multi-episode rumble, because the Emperor isn't getting through right away, and the Emir is only going to grow stronger with time, as is the Emperor. And again, the gatehouse goes down, and it goes right back up. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, eh? The Emperor getting some shots off, but he's desperately outnumbered. Emir getting all his men killed. Let's see what the archers do. Are they going to go in? Are they going in for remote? No, they're not going in for remote. Oh wait, yes they are. Here we go. Where are they headed? Can't really see. But they're moving faster than the rest of them. So that means that they're going to be the first targets. And it means they're unlikely to get through. And since they don't send any missile troops close to the castle, the Emperor's defenses are going to have the advantage in firepower here. So I don't think it's very likely that the Emir is going to get through the Emperor's defenses. It just seems highly unlikely at this point. Which, for the Emir has got to be some pretty bad news. And of course, the first target for digging a moat is going to be the gatehouse moat. So, GG, eh? Well, we'll still see what happens. The Emperor may get torn down by being economically outclassed, but that doesn't seem like it's happening here, to be honest. Looks like the Emperor definitely knows what he's doing economically. We've got a good AI over here. Good and strong economically, has a very inclusive keep. Now, of course, there are some things outside, such as marketplace and a few other buildings that maybe shouldn't be outside. But he also has a strong moat, as well as a little siege bait over here. Very siege bait. The Emir is building up troops once again for another attack, but it's just going to be difficult. Meanwhile, the Emperor doesn't have the same problems as the Emir getting to those walls. He can just get right to them. But he still doesn't really have that much of a way to deal with the Emir's firepower, though, so that is going to be an issue. But as to the chances of someone getting penetration through the walls, I'd definitely say the Emperor's chances are higher, because the Emir doesn't have a moat. And the Emir doesn't really have the best way to deal with moats. He's not well suited for that function. And by bogging down the troops, they're making them even easier targets. A lot of crossbowmen, very strong against swordsmen. Some archers here, but they're not going to live long if those horse archers have anything to say about that. Both sides show great firepower. Catapults has begun once again. I guess another chance Emir could have is if he manages to reduce both these towers to rubble. Then that would give him a much easier chance approaching. But it's still going to be hard. Especially with the Mangonel going in here, killing men as they arrive, and also the trebuchets. The reason the AI puts trebuchets right next to his castle is, of course, to take down enemy siege engines before they're built. And also to take pot shots at of our enemy buildings within range. Swordsmen, they just sit there. What are they doing? There's nothing they can do, really. Once this area is fully moated off, what are they even going to attack? Well, I guess they can attack the tower. I guess that's still an option. But it's definitely not the first choice. Just another crossbowman onto the gatehouse. And the second one right behind him. And swordsman coming right out. Here come some knights. The Emperor still has to deal with these siege engines, but he just took care of one of them right there. He takes quite a bit of damage from missiles. And the Mangonel keeps firing. As do the crossbowmen, dealing a very hefty amount of damage. So I think this is going to be a long one, folks. Here comes Woodcutter, bringing in that nice wood. Hopefully it's some high quality wood. I don't know, actually. I don't know if it's going to be the best quality, just by looking at here. I don't know, but hopefully it is. Let's take a look at deforestation. This may be what decides the game. Look at that, the Emperor is heavily invested in cutting down trees. So he may have a weakness for an absence of wood. But, yeah, the Emir also is cutting down quite a lot. So I can't really confirm that the Emperor is dependent on wood. In addition to that, I think the Emperor's AI probably buys wood, so that's also something to note. Here comes some swordsmen. Approach. He's dealt some damage. The Emir is finally in retreat. Let's take a look who's at the top of the table. The Emperor. Look at the troop count. The Emperor has actually gotten very close to catching up to the Emir. And look at these swordsmen, they're getting shot down quite fast. Where are they even heading to? I guess maybe they're in for the quarry. Let's take a look at the numbers. The Emir has actually gained some wealth. Equal numbers for the moment. But that's... well, they're both building up troops to attack. April 1198 at around 1200. I'll stop it here. And I think one important thing to... well, never mind. I think I'll get to that when I get to it. Wow, lucky shot there. Oh wait, two of them are down. And a gatehouse went down again, once again. Man, that happens quite frequently. And here comes the Emir for another attack. Will he succeed this time? I don't think he will. It's going to be very difficult. The archers firing. The Emir, of course, won in the firefight. And he's now sending his swordsmen in to get ready to attack. So the question I'm having is, where will they attack? So let's take a look where they path, or at least the general direction they'll path. We'll assume that maybe the crossbowmen might actually take them out. Okay, so they're not attacking quite yet. This is the setup phase. The engineers have made it to build a siege engine, but it's not going to last too long, probably. Look at that. Down pretty quick. Where are they heading? It doesn't look like they're actually heading towards the walls. It looks like they're just engaging the Emperor's forces here. Yeah, that's right. And now they're moving back. They don't actually have a place to attack. The Emperor has a massive strategic advantage. And now he's getting ready to attack. And I think we might observe how that attack goes before I stop the video. Made it. It's going to attack something. Very low on health. Now he's moving in. They're taking quite a bit of damage, but it's all archer fire, so it's not as bad as a crossbow fire. But there are swordsmen coming in to deal with them. And they're actually getting to the walls, and they're dealing some damage. Meanwhile, the Emperor continues to send knights. And it looks like his forces are repelled. However, they do deal damage to the actual castle itself, and not this siege bait here. So anyway, I think this is a good place to stop. And let's take a quick look at the order of merit. The Emperor is way on top, both in, well, the order of merit itself and in wealth. And troops-wise, he's not falling behind. In fact, before that attack, he was about equal with the Emir. So it stands to reason that the number of troops defending their castles are maybe about equal. The Emir might have more, though, because of how he likes to attack with larger numbers. But I do have to say that unless anyone objects, I will be continuing this specific battle next time, as I think that there still might be something that happens. We could run out of wood, and if that happens, that could definitely change the dynamic of the interaction between the AI and how they run their economy. Another thing that could happen is the Emperor may break through. I don't see the Emir breaking through, but so if I were to stop right here, I would say that the Emperor definitely would win. And however, I'm not going to stop right here unless I get overwhelming support to stop in the comments. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will be seeing you all next time. And Awiltos over and out.